When a note is sharpened by having a sharp sign in front of it, it has to be raised by one semitone. This usually means playing the black note on its right. In the case of a single sharp sign, in this key signature, every F has to be played as F sharp. Although we are looking at the F an octave below the F, where the sharp sign is shown, this and every other F in the piece will need to be sharpened. If there was no such thing as a key signature, it would mean that a sharp sign would have to be put in front of every F. This would be bad enough, but imagine how difficult the music would be to read if the piece had several sharps cluttering it up. This brings us to another point. Believe it or not, although the black notes are used in sharps and flats, they are not the only ones. For example, if the piece had 6 sharps in it, unfortunately there aren't many like that, it would use all 5 black notes: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. So where is the 6th sharp, E? As there is no black note to the right of the E, we have to use the nearest semitone on its right, which turns out to be F natural. Some exotic pieces have 7 sharps, which means they use B sharp, which is also C natural. Fortunately for us, most music is written in simpler keys, with less sharps and flats than that. You might like to make a note for later of a handy way of remembering the order of sharps, which show what key a piece of music is in. The first sharp is F, giving you the key of G, then F and C, giving you the key of D. F, C, and G gives you the key of A, and so on. This may sound very complicated, but if you remember Father Charles Goes Down and Eats Bananas as the sequence, and that the key the piece is in is a semitone after the last sharp, it becomes simpler. Flats tell us to play the note a semitone lower. In this case, the E has been flattened, so you'll play E flat instead. You will see another E in this bar, which would also have to be played as E flat. Here, the second E, in the same key, has a natural sign against it, so you play E natural, the ordinary white key, instead. If the second E didn't have a natural sign, you would have played the E flat again. Sharps and flats that are not part of the key signature are called accidentals, even though they have been put in on purpose. A natural sign, which doesn't form part of any regular key signature, is also known as an accidental. The rule is that any accidental mark, whether it's a sharp, a flat, or a natural sign, affects all subsequent instances of the same note within the same bar. As soon as the music moves on to the next bar, any accidentals are cancelled out and the note reverts to the way it is defined in the key signature. Here are most of those names and descriptions in one picture. It will be left on the screen for several seconds so that you have a chance to pause the video, capture the picture using print screen, and then print it out later for reference. You can, of course, do this with any of the pictures that appear on the screen, as described early on in this video. If you see something you want to capture but have just missed it, then press the pause button and rewind back to it. We have seen how sharps, flats, and naturals work. Knowledge of these is essential to keyboard playing. In Learning to Play Keyboards Part 5, we're going to get a bit daring and use more than one finger at a time.